Hey, my last video did really well. Let's just check the audience retention and okay, I'm sorry, let's just get started. Welcome back to Pyro Perspective. Today we are playing on Harvest as the Pyro with a Degreaser, Scorch Shot, and Power Jack. Let's see what we can do. I'm moving left and I want to get up to this upper roof area and just sort of observe the enemy team, see what they do, see where they go, see what they have. And maybe I can reflect jump if the Pyro reflects this back at me. No, he won't. So we're just going to spam people for a little bit, see what happens. There's not really much impressive play coming out of the blue team here from what I can see. They have a few players that are maybe... Ow! That's funny. Now we know why. I didn't see anything impressive. The impressive player was invisible. Alright, let's try again. Dying to that spy at the beginning is totally fine. It just lets me know that there's a spy, and now I can be a little bit more aware of things like that. I usually pretend that there isn't a spy in pubs until there is one. Of course, that's not something you want to do in a competitive format, for the most part. So now this is an excellent angle to spam people. And we're going to keep checking our back every so often, and just light as many people on fire at the same time and keep as many of them on fire at the same time. This heavy does not seem like that big a threat, although surprisingly, he was quite good. He did a very good shot. Now we're gonna maintain this position and just continue to spam. Scorch Shot has lots of uses, including spam. It could just be used in direct combat as well, just fine. That was a very dangerous position for me to stay in, as that soldier could have easily killed me. Even if I got the first reflect off, the second one would not have been possible because the soldier was approaching, he was getting closer. The next rocket would have come out and it might not have been in time. So see, we're just lighting as many people on fire. Remove this bicycle. Lots of utility here. And normally afterburn on its own isn't that good. But by keeping people on fire always, it becomes quite deadly and quite dangerous, which is why the Scorch Shot and the detonator are very useful in different ways. Now they do have they're starting to run the vaccinator now, which is pretty smart. Pretty smart response. Although yeah, there we go. I got headshot. Gotta pay attention. Gotta keep up with all of the players, as many as you can, especially when you're in a sight line as long as that. So now that I know that they have a decent sniper, I'm going to be a lot more careful with my movement and my positioning, and sort of try to stay movement varied. Keep my movement varied. Wow, he got an incredible headshot on that soldier. That is quite scary. Let's find out if he can get a good shot onto me. Let's keep moving and light him on fire. That's all we need to do. Now he's effectively useless, and we can just go chase him down. He's actually probably the biggest threat on their team. The soldier was reloading. I was expecting him to shoot a rocket and have one ready. I'm going to contribute damage to the fight as much as I can by approaching the heavy, because I have another heavy. I have a heavy behind me, so it becomes imperative that I help in the heavy fight. So now our priority is lighting the sniper on fire. And we're going to rotate around because it took too long to do it. And I'm not going to continue staying in one location for one period of time. I'm in the enemy territory right now. So staying in one spot for too long. Wow, what was that? That was interesting. Staying in one spot for too long is going to be dangerous. So we're going to rotate as much as we can. And let's try to find that sniper. Delayed his shot a little bit. That's okay. And that's that. Very simple, very clean. Adapting to the enemy players as they appear. The sniper, the spy, and somewhat the vaccinator, although it wasn't really... Unfortunately, it wasn't that effective, since I could just light other people on fire who aren't being healed by the vaccinator. So let's see how the enemy team reacts. Alright, we're going to do something similar, but not quite. I'm going to approach from the left just to try it out. And we're going to try to spam people out. This heavy might kill me. Okay. That was an unfortunate position to be in. I had to focus on the demo while trying to not get killed by the heavy. And that Devilman should die. Yes, he is dead. Just light people on fire. Just a constant pressure. There's a psychological effect to being on fire, which isn't that prevalent or important normally, with just lighting 1 or 2 people on fire, but by just constantly being on fire, the movements need to change. Like the positioning, the movement, everything about what a player does changes. I'm having struggles getting into the window, which is unfortunate. You need to have a really good spatial awareness in order to play optimally. And so, if I had better spatial awareness and better map awareness, I would have been able to get through that window and probably survive, get to the health pack before the enemy team showed up to clean me up. Okay, so now we're going to approach from the right. I do want to light this soldier on fire. He will die anyway. Oh no. He should burn out. Especially now that I did a little bit of extra damage. Not sure why that Pyro is trying to air blast. Guess he really likes the shotgun combo. Oh, that poor spy. Speaking of spies, I should turn around. Alright, let's go capture the point. Once again. Was that a soldier from our team? I believe it might have been this guy. Oh, let's fight. I win. There is no sniper anymore, it seems. Just a quick spy check on that scout. And a jump, because we can. I'm not terribly concerned with with reflecting those projectiles. I'm mostly trying to avoid them, although that soldier did not quite seem capable. Oh, that's lucky. I challenged that heavy just to see if I could. I was assuming that he had full health, and then trying to see if... Oh, this is a dead heavy. Taking the mini crits and everything. There's no hope for him. Light the soldier on fire. It's gonna change him. He's gonna react to it in a certain way. And now I see that he's not concerned about it right now. Oh, a crit. Too bad. But that's okay. That's good. Now that I know he's not, that soldier is not too concerned about the afterburn damage when he's near full health, which makes sense. Some players would have gone back to the health pack, to the health room. This is a free heavy. He is absolutely free. There you go. Just spam him out. I'll do more damage than he ever will at that range. Scorch shot is incredibly useful for that kind of thing. Adding a different kind of range. This heavy's dead. Did not react nearly in time. Light people on fire. The demo man has to see. There you go. There's an example of a player who likes to have full health when they leave. Light him up. Do an air blast just to make sure that I can capture, or that I can get a reflect off around the corner if I need to. Ooh, this kind of scared me a little. Now he's on fire again. He's gonna go for the lower kit. Oh no, he's not. And there it is again, the versatility of the Scorch shot. Deleting the stickies, getting in. Obviously it didn't matter since the round was over. But deleting stickies is an incredibly useful tool, and you can use it in combat. So that's all for now. I hope that you learned something. A quick recap of the Scorch shot. It's incredibly versatile. Not necessarily the best at killing, such as the shotgun or the flare gun. But its uses are quite good, especially in a casual setting. In competitive settings, it's not as useful, but it is actually probably my third most used secondary. Shotgun and flare gun first two, and then the Scorch shot, because it is useful and competitive. Whether you're playing Highlander or maybe you're playing matchmaking. Once again, Afterburn is not very useful on its own, which is why the Degreaser, part of the reason why the Degreaser is a straight upgrade to the stock flamethrower. But being on fire constantly, Afterburn, it can be a very, very damaging tool. And the detonator shares that property. The Scorch shot is a bit easier from above. The detonator is a bit easier from below. And in the case of Harvest, it was the perfect map to use the Scorch shot in. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. On, off, on, off, on, off. On, off, on, off. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.